When it comes to first impressions, Ruby Rose delivers one that's unforgettable. From her scythe wielding combat skills to her earnest and fangirling charm. In episode 1 of Rwby, the show, they gave us a protagonist who's quite frankly a great MC. And that's because she is impossible to ignore. We're breaking down episode 1 of Rwby and highlighting my favorite character in the episode, of course. Talking about her most interesting moments and analyzing her personality and exploring why she became an instant fan favorite. Now let's do this. The very first time we see Rwby, she's in a dust shop, minding her own business and completely immersed in her music. This moment may seem simple, but to me, it's a perfect introduction. Rwby feels relatable from the start and a typical teen enjoying a quiet moment. But as soon as Roman Torchwick enters the scene, the energy immediately shifts, and we see that there's much more to Rwby than meets the eye. When the robbery begins, Rwby does not hesitate. She's alert, decisive, and ready to act. This transition from laid-back teen to quick-thinking fighter sets the tone for her character. Ruby's willingness to leap into danger without a second thought shows her bravery and sense of justice, a core trait for a huntress wannabe. Now let's talk about Crescent Rose, Ruby's choice of weapon. It's not just a scythe, it's a transforming, insanely cool looking sniper sight that immediately established her as a badass. First time we see her wield it, she's graceful, yet powerful, combining agility with precision in a way that's mesmerizing to watch. Crescent Rose itself is a work of art, and the way Rwby handles it makes it clear that she's a master of her craft. It's hard to pick only one cool moment of the fight. It sets the tone for the rest of the series, goddammit. The fight is fast paced, and if you blink, you'll miss some of the action right away. It's clear that Montione poured his heart and soul into the choreography, making every moment deliberate and impactful. As the fight progresses, we see Ruby's quick thinking in action. When Roman tries to escape, Rwby uses her semblance and fast movements to follow him. After, of course, asking if the shopkeep will be okay, which shows her kindness. Stopping him in his tracks, she's now ready to kick his ass and deal a finishing blow. But just when it seems like Rwby has the upper hand, Roman's airship arrives, and the stakes escalate. Ruby's reaction here is worth noting. She doesn't panic. Instead, she stands her ground, ready to face whatever comes next. This resilience is part of what makes her such a compelling protagonist. After the fight, a mysterious huntress named Glinda Goodwitch arrives, effortlessly neutralizing the situation with her magic. Ruby's reaction? Pure awe. She's starstruck, probably just like the viewers are, as they're witnessing a fight between two mages who seem to be very powerful. It's a nice contrast to the last fight we saw, where it was just a physical brawl. Ruby's fangirling is one of the most endearing parts of this episode. She gusses over her love for combat and her desire to become a huntress. It's impossible not to smile. It's a clever way to build up a connection between Rwby and the audience. We see her as not just a hero, but as someone who chases their dreams, just like the many of us. Then we get to Ruby's conversation with Professor Ozpin, which is one of the most important scenes in the episode. Ozpin's calm and mysterious demeanor contrasts with Ruby's nervous energy, making the interaction both entertaining and insightful. When Ozpin asks Rwby why she wants to become a huntress, her response is heartfelt and genuine. She talks about her admiration for heroes who want to protect the weak, and her desire to make the world a better place. One of the things that makes Rwby stand out is her personality. She's not your typical stoic hero. She's quirky, a little awkward, and undeniably lovable. Whether she's geeking out over her weapons or nervously answering Ozpin questions, Rwby feels real, which I love. Normally, writers and authors alike are afraid to give their main characters a little personality, as they worry viewers won't be able to relate enough to the protagonists. But in this case, with how quirky Rwby is, It works perfectly. And when Rwby learns that she's been accepted into Beacon Academy, her excitement is contagious. It's a triumphant moment that marks the beginning of her journey, and you can't help but cheer for her. From start to finish, Rwby Rose owns episode 1. She's a character who leaves an impression, not just because of her combat skills, but because of her heart. Her introduction sets the tone for Rwby as a series, blending high energy action with character driven storytelling. Rwby's ability to balance strength and vulnerability makes her a protagonist worth rooting for, and it's no wonder she became a fan favorite from the very beginning. What do you think of Rwby's introduction in episode 1? Which moment stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell if you can, if you want, to never miss a breakdown. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. This is my new channel start, and I want to start off with a bang. So if you guys could share this, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it very much. So I'll see you next time as we continue to explore the world of Rwby. Feng Shui out. See you later.
You are just determined to be the hero of the aren't you?